too hot. Hello. Just gonna see if anybody's gonna pop on. I might drive it crazy. Watching that when you're watching the replay. There's always start and then people pop on, then I gotta explain it all. I am putting together some rice wraps, or salad wraps as they're known, with these papers. Hello! Whoa, we got a couple people jumping on. Hello. Glad to have you here. We're gonna do a few things. I'm gonna show you what I'm making. And we're gonna talk about how when other people try to sabotage you or when other people just don't get healthy eating, right? They don't understand what you're doing. They think you're a little crazy, so that's what we're going to talk about too. I'm just making some rice wraps. Now, of course, most of you probably know, they come in a container. They look like this. They're completely dry. They come in one of these round containers. One of my favorite things, really. And I've already made a couple. And I have a pot, you can see right here, my frying pan with, it's kind of warm water in it. And so that's what I'm using to soften them. I have my cutting board here, and I have just a few cut up veggies and some lettuce from the garden there. Bit of avocado smashed up into like a guacamole. And tonight I made some tempeh. I love tempeh, it's right here. This is a fermented soy, it's organic, non-GMO. It's not as processed as soy, as tofu. Sorry, it is soy. And this is just plain. I don't like the flavored blah. And I think it has a whole bunch of crap and preservatives, the flavored tempeh, so just get plain. Anyways, this is what it looks like. I fried it up with just a bit of grapeseed oil. And, oh, I put some sesame oil, some Bragg's, like a tamari on it, and a bit of apple cider vinegar and a little bit of olive oil. And I stirred that. Usually I add way more stuff to it, like chopped garlic, chopped ginger, chopped onions, things like that. But you know what? I want it to be fast and simple tonight. It's really hot outside. So anyways, I fried them up, and so they look great. They almost look like little chicken pieces, and I absolutely love them. If you don't like tempeh or you haven't tried it, you're free to try it, do it with tofu. Now we got my rice wraps. So, oh yeah, here. And I made a quick peanut sauce, which is absolutely divine. This is peanut butter, what's that other stuff? Tahini, peanut butter tahini, sesame oil, Bragg's, water. Got lazy, used garlic powder, ginger even powdered ginger, and a bit of sriracha mixed up. I said the Bragg's soy too, right? Like Bragg's aminos in there, soy. Oh my God, so good. I could just drink this, but you gotta watch. It's fatty, right? But it's so good in these wraps. All right, so this is how I do it. One wrap, I use two because they stay together. They don't break. One on top of the other, and then they get a little soft. You've seen me do this before, but I thought while I'm making them, I'm going to do a video about the topic, which some people, I guess because I've been eating clean for so long because of my sensitivities to preservatives, so you don't want these to be too soft. You take them out and they're nice and soft, but it's holding together. Then I just put it down. You can dab it dry just slightly with a paper towel. And then I always put like the lettuce on the bottom and then the stuffing stuff on top. This is lettuce from my garden, so I'm just pulling off the very ends. Sprouts are really good in these too, but I don't have any sprouts made right now. So I have some, it's green onion cut long and thin. Then I have some cucumber, tomato and bell pepper is what I'm going to put in, and a bit of sauerkraut, and my guacamole mixture, which is just actually using lemon, salt, pepper, and a bit of garlic powder. And my avocado. When avocados are going bad, I literally make stuff like this. They'll last for days. And it's so good to put on so many things. I know you can't see the tip of my head because I want you to see down here. All right, and then some of my tempeh. I'm going to put that along in here. And then more lettuce, and I'm going to roll her up. Oh, sauerkraut. Yes, yes, yes. Seems like a weird mixture, but it's really good. All right, so if you have people in your life who are not used to eating healthy and who, you know, when you try to change your habits or you do something like that and then you go somewhere public where people are that you're used to being around and, you know, especially if it's family, big one if it's family. So I just folded the sides towards each other. I know it's hard for you to see. then I folded the bottom up, and then I just start rolling. And it sticks to the cutting board. Parchment paper, I tried that, stuck to the parchment paper really bad. I just continue to roll, and it's all together. And I made 3 of these already. I ate one, which was really good. Here's the other one. And I used 2, like I said, one on top of the other, 2, and they hold together really great. So here's my rice wraps. And like I said, they already have the guacamole and the avocado in them. You could pour some of the peanut sauce right inside of them, so you don't have to bring a dip at all. They will last until the next day. Then they get a little chewy as days go on. But they're great to bring to the beach. I bring them to a beach. Oh my God, they're so perfect just to grab and eat. I love them. I put the sauce inside. Really good. Remember to double them. That's the secret. All right. So when people don't want to, or when people don't understand how you eat, right? It's so much about you, because we always think, well, it's other people, and it just makes it so awkward. And they say to this, or they turn their nose up, and I don't like saying no to their food, and I don't want to tell them, and it just makes things awkward, and they just stare at me, and they give me a dirty face, and all of this kind of stuff, right? You cannot worry about that, right? It's their stuff coming up, whether they're feeling insecure, whether they're feeling like, oh my God, maybe I should change what I eat, or they could be thinking you're judging them because they think that they're eating whatever they're choosing to eat, and they could be thinking, well, God, she's probably looking at me going, oh, she should not eat that because I'm choosing not to. I'm the good one. She's still bad because she's eating that. That's what they could be thinking. But yet you're thinking, they think you're bad. You're the bad, crazy one. But it's probably the other way around. And does it really matter? This is what's so crazy. No, it's not about the food, right? Let's say if you have a big family situation, you want to get together with family and friends, but then you're worried, well, what am I going to eat? If I bring my own food, are they're going to look at me, they're going to put me down, they're going to say, well, if you're eating like this, shouldn't you look better or something like this, right? So there's so much judgment that we think might be going on. And that happens with family and close friends sometimes anyways, and it's a real shame. But you've got to be if your energy inside you is really strong and confident about what you're doing, because you know that what you're doing is the right thing for you. And I think that's where we got to come from. You got to come from a strong, confident energy, and they will feel that. If they sense your weakness, if they sense your vulnerability and kind of like ashamed, like you're ashamed of it, they will feed off of that. And that's not even conscious, that's subconscious. They will actually not even understand what they're doing. So the best thing I can say is, you just say to people, you know what, I'm choosing to eat these foods right now because those other foods, when I did eat them, I wasn't feeling good. And to me, health is really important, so I'm just choosing to keep my body as healthy as I can. Everybody else can eat whatever they want. That does not bother me, but I need to just focus on myself right now and do what I feel is best for me. And every body's different, so what you can eat is different than what I could eat probably, and that's just natural because we're really different people inside. You got to and then you don't even have to explain yourself. This is the thing. No one has to explain themselves. All you may have to say is, those foods don't agree with me. They don't make me feel well. So right now I'm choosing to eat foods that make me feel really good. And I'm happy with it. I'm feeling better. That's it. That's it. There needs to be no going back. There needs to be no you explaining yourself. No feeling bad for the other people. Feel like you're putting them down, because no, it's not. And it's if you see yourself that you're constantly pleasing others instead of yourself, right? That may be an issue why maybe you haven't made all the changes you wanted to in your life, or maybe you haven't got the results you wanted to. Because get this is an interesting topic. So if for you to, let's say if you want to lose weight and it requires a big change in your diet, let's say. So if you see that and you go, okay, this is what I want. Yep. I'm going to do it. So you start your own little journey on eating healthy and all this, and you're doing good. But then when you're around other people, you don't do that. You do what they do to make them comfortable. You'll probably will continually sabotage your efforts, because somehow deep down inside, you know that if you did continue and you lost the weight and you looked really good and you came into their circle, it would be very awkward. They would be like, what? Like, because you've changed, but they haven't. And they'd be like, oh my God, like something doesn't fit. You know, like one of these things doesn't belong. You'd be the person that doesn't belong there anymore. And you know that at a subconscious level. And so you can say, that's what happens to some people. We will sabotage ourselves so that we fit in to the way we were raised, that we fit into the community we're living into, that we fit into the group of friends, the way they drink, the way they eat, whatever. Because it's more comfortable for us to be like them than to not be like them. But it's actually required of us to be different to get the results we want. And so if it requires you to be different, but you want to stay the same deep down, you will not make the changes. You will sabotage yourself over and over again. That's just the fact, Jack. Until you bring awareness to it, until you are like, oh my God, I just want to live in love and acceptance for everybody. And that's the way we should live. Everybody should be loving towards each other and acceptance. It doesn't mean you have to hang around with them all the time. It just means you send love, you accept them for who they are, for what they do in their life, and you expect the same respect back. That's what works. And that's what truly works. It really, really does. And if they don't want to do that, hello, I'm just about to finish, Carlene, but watch it from the beginning. Very good points in this one. Really good points about how you can allow other people to sabotage you. And what I actually just mentioned was something that it's like you can sabotage yourself because you feel you do not fit in with your friends anymore or your family or everything. So it's more uncomfortable not to fit in than to fit in. So therefore you don't allow yourself to get the results. Otherwise you would stand out in a crowd. And so therefore you never get the results. But that is my thought. And I also, Carlene just made some of these. I don't know if you can see them on this colorful place. Rice wraps with a fantastic peanut butter tahini sauce, which I could drink like soup right now. It's so good. I literally don't measure when I'm making the sauce. It's like when you put peanut butter and tahini together, more peanut butter, less tahini. Almond butter is way better, actually, almond butter and tahini. And then I thin it up with water. And then you add the tamari or the Bragg's, like whatever kind of soy sauce thing you're using, a bit of sesame oil, just a bit, and some acidity. So lime juice, lemon juice, I use apple cider vinegar. And then you can add something spicy like sriracha and garlic powder, ginger powder, or the real stuff, the real thing. But change it little bits at a time and just taste it until it tastes good for you. And that's how to make a simple, fast peanut sauce. And I just stirred it in a bowl. Usually I blend it, but I just stirred it. And it turned out really rich and creamy. But see, I do make it runnier because this stuff has a few calories, right? It's a few grams of fat, although it's not the worst thing in the world. But my rice wraps have totally good stuff in them, like really healthy. It's like something different other than a salad, right? And I'm going to post in Women Creating Healthy Lives. I'm going to post the video. I have a video about this, and I have a recipe and all that. And even for the peanut sauce, I will post that in Women Creating Healthy Lives. If you're not part of that Facebook community, join it. If you're a woman over 40. And that will be where that will be. Also, I'm going to do a 14-day journaling challenge we're going to get into journaling and creating your life. Going to be working on creating your healthy, happy life from the inside out. And that's going to be what this 14-day journaling exercise is going to be about. More information is coming on that. We're going to start actually on Monday, supposedly. All right. See you guys. Eat healthy and don't care what other people think. Let it be their problem, not yours, because it's for your health. And you are the one that's truly important. And you need to take responsibility for your health and wellness. Bye.